What's going on, guys? Another video today. I know my head may be not in the video, but that's beside the point. So I know this is probably a gone with the wind subject about the Confederate flag. Now, people say the Confederate flag is, or the rebel flag is this, but all that is a battle flag. It was the battle flag of, I'm pretty sure, Virginia. People say, oh, it's a Confederate flag, rebel flag, whatever the fuck you want to call it. But it's really just a battle flag. And people say, oh, the Confederates were racist. Yes, they had slaves and all that shit. And the Civil War was, all for, to keep the slaves and bullshit. No. You're completely off subject. It was actually for states' rights. So, people who say, oh, the Confederate flag is racist, no. Go fuck yourself. The actual Confederate flag is this here. So, two flags. Which one? So this is the real Confederate flag. It's the one for the CSA, Confederate States of America. Now people say, oh, the Confederate flag is racist because it flew over the ships that brought the slaves over here. No, you're wrong. Go fuck yourself with your dildo. No, it did not fly over the ships that brought the slaves over here. The American flag, the one with the Osage can you see part, the stars, the stars and stripes, that was the flag that flew over the ships that brought the damn African Americans over here. Not saying that I'm racist, but the slaves over in Africa were like, oh, okay, we're living a good life. And all of a sudden, these foreigners come in and take them to a whole other country, make them work their asses off for shit. People say, oh, it's racist because of that. No. Confederates were not racist at all. This is the actual Confederate flag for the CSA, Confederate States of America. This, the rebel flag that was on the General Lee, any other movie basically in the South flew the flag, I guess. I mean, I only know Dukes of Hazzard, but that was a TV show. It wasn't really that. It wasn't a movie. But anyway. Actually, I'm pretty damn sure it was in Smokey and the Bandit. I don't know on that. But I don't know. That's besides the point. Yes, people say that, the Confederate flag is racist. They're talking about that one. But what they really should be talking about is this one. And yes, it's over states' rights. So basically, everybody who's saying the Confederate flag is racist and, some people say, yes, this was racist. And some people say, no, it's not racist. It's just wrong. But anyway, so basically, you're having the debate shit and, in government about something, and they brought up the Confederate flag and how people say it's racist. Yes, they can say whatever the fuck they want. They got the freedom of speech. But they say this flag, the Confederate flag, is racist, but they're talking about the completely wrong flag. This was a battle flag. This was the actual flag. Now, people say the shooting in, I think, Charleston with the guy going into an all-black church and shooting them, that's You know, that's just fucking psycho. You know, people say, oh, cars run over people and you know, guns shoot people. No, cars, guns, flags, alcohol, drugs, you name it. They're inanimate objects. They do not have a heart or, you know, a soul or any of that shit. If that made any sense. They're inanimate objects. So when you say a gun shot people, no. It's the psychos behind the gun that shot those African Americans. People say the Confederate flag, which isn't the actual flag, made him go psycho or some shit. And the gun, you know, and he shot the gun and killed all the people. It just doesn't make all that much sense. And like, on lemonade, for example, if that was, say, Jack Daniels or Jim Beam or moonshine or something, you know, and I drink all that and I go, you know, out driving and I, you know, kill somebody, people are obviously going to blame it on me, but there are some jackasses out there probably that will blame it on the alcohol. No. Alcohol has nothing to do with it, because do you see it breathing? You know, do you see it breathing? Do you see the flags breathing? No. Unless you're fucking psycho and you see them breathing, yeah, you might want to get checked out. But yeah, the Confederate flag was really not all that racist. Now, yes, it did house slaves, it did murder slaves, and it, you know, but it was all for states. The whole Civil War was for states' rights. That's why the South got the shit beat out of them, because they think, oh, we're gonna win for states' rights and all, you know. But they didn't. They got fucking destroyed. But I mean, hey, what are you gonna do about it? You know, people blame, you know, school, like the Sandy Hook thing, if I may go back to that. You know, the guy, the gun, whatever he used, I think it was like a 9mm or something. I don't want to get into it and make people upset. But anyway, the gun was, you know, the person, you know, the gun shot the people. The guy was, you know, I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but the guy was a fucking retard. You know, well, he had mental retardation. Not to be, you know, offensive to people, but I'm just saying. Now, do I think the Confederate flag, either of the Confederate flag, whichever one you want to call the Confederate flag, which this is the Confederate flag, not the one, not this one. No. Do I think that this is racist? A little bit, but I mean, fuck it. You know, it's not that big of a deal. Civil War was what, like 150 some odd years ago? Like, you can't turn back time unless you're in Back to the Future. One of my favorite movies, by the way. Do I think that this flag is racist? Hell no. Southern pride. Now, obviously, I am not from the South. I really wanted to be. And some people say, and I have noticed this too, when I get pissed off about something, I start talking in a Southern accent. And my grandma, my dad's mom actually lives up here, and my grandmother, my mom's mom, lives in Florida. And she, well, I don't know about, but the grandma down there, my mom, me, and probably some more people in my family don't think it's racist. But I went down to Florida last year, and I got a Confederate flag hat with the Confederate flag. Well, the battle. I'm gonna call this the rebel flag, or the battle. All right, so I'm gonna call this the battle flag and this the Confederate flag. So it had the battle flag on the rim, like the rim, And then here, instead of John Deere, it had Rebel with the battle flag colors and the stars and bars and all that, whatever you want to call it. And then I got a beach towel with the battle flag. And, you know, I didn't think it was that big of a fucking deal. You know, hey, we're in the South. People obviously don't give two shits in Southern Pride. So I took it up to Wisehaven Pools. Look it up. It's in my area. And I took it out, and I laid my beach towel out. And I was swimming, and I came back in. So I guess I got a burger or some shit. And, my aunt said that somebody came by and was like, hey, at least somebody's standing up for something that actually matters. And, you know, I kind of took that to heart. But, I mean, and then I took it to Rehoboth, which was probably one of my biggest mistakes. Even though I did pack 4 other hats, I obviously did make a mistake. It was partly my fault. So I wore my hat around the building. And it's just us. We have it split. It's my youth group. We split it male and female. And that's it. So I wore it around, you know, the place. And then we went out to the boardwalk. And I wore, I think, my Ford camo hat. Military, the digital camo, I think it's digital camo. But, dude, it's a video way back. I wore that. And then the beach the next morning, about like 12. I wear it down there and bring my beach towel and stuff. Now, the leader is the mother of my scoutmaster. And he was there. And she said something about, you know, people are giving him bad looks. And, you know, you should tell him to take it off. You know. But he didn't want to piss her off and tell me to take it off. You know, hell, I would have taken the damn thing off. Now, obviously, it was my fault for wearing it out in public where people, you know, discriminate me for being racist and all that bullshit. So, if you were down, you know, people on the beach and people who were wearing the Confederate flag, good job. All the people that are hating on them, fuck you. Because you need to get yourself a history lesson and, quit fucking yourself with your finger. Even though it sounds really weird. Anyway, so, I think about a week later, now I'm wearing it around town, like, who the fuck cares? There's tons of Confederate flag shit. People wear the Confederate flag in school and they don't care. Like, what the fuck? Then he tells me, and my dad comes in, I was like, oh, fuck. You know, I was like, oh, Dad, you know, he'll blow this through. And then my dad was like, well, when you get home, you're giving me the hat and the towel, and it's gonna be gone. Well, that's what happened. Even though my mom was gonna save it and all that shit, I was like, it's not fucking worth it. So, speaking of Florida, I am going down there sometime in June or July, I'm pretty sure. I'll have to look that up and give you a date sooner to time. I'll probably start reminding you in January or February. It's going to be a pretty big video because usually we take the Amtrak train, and that goes to Lorton, Virginia to Sanford, Florida, which is like a 40-minute drive from my grandma's house. So, but the prices have doubled. I don't know why. Probably from the hurricane. I have no idea. And we're actually thinking about driving. Now, I will hopefully have my permit by that. But with your permit, say I'm here in PA, I cannot drive into Maryland or New York or Ohio or New Jersey or any of that on my permit. Now, once I have my license, I can do really whatever the hell I want. But my mom will be doing all the driving. It's about 14 hours. It'd be awesome if we can go straight through, but knowing her, she ain't gonna. Now, if it was me or my grandma like going solo or something, fuck it, I'm going straight through. Like me and my dad, when we go up to my cabin, which is about 4 hours north of here in Clinton County, when we go up to a work weekend, we're hauling ass. We're going straight through all 4 hours until we get there. Now, in the summer when we go, obviously we have to take. We most likely will stop at a Sheetz about halfway to let the doggy take his shit and bathroom if we need to. All that random stuff. But anyway, besides fucking point, I hopefully will have Windows Movie Maker. If not, I have a video. It's called Video Shop on my phone. I could take separate videos, probably in each state. Like if we stop or something, I'll videotape and be like, hey, we're in North Carolina, or we're at this Wawa in Georgia or something. And just give you a little update. It should be pretty good video. Hopefully, that's what I want to do. That's like 6 months from now. Obviously, plans are going to change. Now, if I'm on a plane, which I hope not because I did that once, it was a pain in the ass. I think we flew out of BWI or some shit. No, we flew out of HIA, I'm pretty sure. For some reason, we couldn't go straight through, like we always do. We went to fucking Cincinnati, or Columbus, pretty sure it was Cincinnati, and then flew the fuck down. Like, what the fuck? Like, huh? Like, it doesn't make any sense why we would go like an hour out of your way. But, it's not my decision, but whatever. So yeah, that's the plan in a while. Wasn't gonna plan on making this now. I was gonna plan on doing some stuff, but hey. Now I got this out of the way, I can shut up for a while, unless somebody gives me hate. Ooh, you're racist. By the way, I want to do a Q&A, so leave your comments in the comments. Leave your questions in the comment section. I'll read them, write them down, and do it in my video. That's all from me right now. I'll see you guys tomorrow.